Hey, how are you? Welcome into your only source for Laker sports. It's the season 21 finale of Laker Connections right here on WTOP 10. I'm Zach Malamud.
And I'm Ryan Joyce. For one last time here on Laker Connections.
And for one final time, let's start off the show as we always do. Ryan, take us to the Laker recap.
And last Laker recap of the year. Well, we start with the end. We start with the end for the Oswego men's lacrosse team as their season falls to an end in the SUNYAC semifinal, 17-3 in the hands of the SUNY Geneseo Knights. The season did not end how they wanted to, Zach, but Coach Daly had a good second year of the program that they can certainly be proud of.
Yeah, he definitely did. And the Lakers, it was a tough one for them down in Geneseo yesterday night. And a 17-3 loss. You look at the shots here. That was basically the difference in the game. 65-30 in favor of Geneseo. You get outshot by 35. It's really not going to help you, especially in a playoff game. I mean, the face-offs really stand out as well. Geneseo just locking things up right there, and they dominated this game from start to finish. If they were able to put up that many shots and really keep the Lakers getting nothing going on the power play, the extra man there, 0 for 4 for the Lakers. A 17-3 win. I mean, this stat sheet tells you all you need to know about this one.
I mean, shots, huge part of this game. You talked about 65-30, but I'm going to talk about 11 shots by Oswego in that first half. A really high offensive team all season, but 11 shots in the first half, not very good. And 21 shots by Geneseo in that first period. In the second period, too, as well, they had 16 shots. But Brady Sullivan, Robert Bonello, William McKimsky, all hat tricks in this game. They played really good offensively. And Oswego, they played them good in that first game of the season. It was a really close game where they lost by 3 or 4 goals. And it was one that Oswego was like, if you play your best game, you're going to get it figured out. But they really shut them down huge in this one. And for Oswego, you have a really young team, 6 to 7 scores coming back for next year. I don't take it as too bad. You made a SUNYAC semifinal. Next year is really your year.
Definitely. The Oswego women's lacrosse team had their season come to an end on Saturday in an 11-10 overtime loss to SUNY Brockport. Sarah Kilburn slotted one home just over a minute into overtime to send the Golden Eagles to the SUNYAC semis. Ryan, an absolute heartbreaker for Oswego with so many great careers coming to an end.
And a lot of players leaving here for Oswego, but I think the key part of this game, have to shout out Sarah Kamide. In this game, played really well. It was 11-10, the final score. But even the start of the overtime period, there's a bunch of shots. Brockport got that win on the faceoff in overtime. A lot of shots at her, but then a free position goal at the end there snuck right in. So it's one for Oswego. It really stinks. Belle Lembo and Celia Wiley had 3 goals in this game. Julia Quirk kind of shut down on the defensive end from this Brockport team, but Alana Foos, I talked about even last week, really good in this game. 4 goals for Oswego in that last game, and then 4 goals in this game. And it's one, goes either way. Overtime, you can't take too much from it. You're kind of in the game, but it sucks here for Oswego because Belle Lembo, 157 goals in the season, and Julia Quirk, 2 really good players here. That really good program pieces here for the Lakers. Yeah,
definitely a lot of big losses here for Oswego. But, I mean, the difference in this game, I brought it back to last week where I was saying the first game they had against Brockport Oswego, they let up a lead, and they did it again here. It was a 4-goal lead for the Lakers heading into the fourth quarter or around there. And, I mean, the Lakers just let Brockport back into this one. You cannot do that, especially in a playoff game on the road, and Brockport took advantage of it. All the stats here look pretty close. They were pretty close. It was a close game, but the Lakers had the lead for a while. They just could not keep onto it. Right?
Yeah, and they got off to a really good start offensively, just couldn't figure it out there at the end, letting Brockport in. But onto the diamond now as the Oswego State baseball team continues to roll, and SUNYAC play with back-to-back wins Wednesday and Thursday against Hobart College and Fredonia. A lot of back-to-backs there. Zach, this team has looked impressive recently with 7 straight wins and now 22 wins overall in the season.
Yeah, they definitely have, and what a series they had against Fredonia. They had the one last week, and then they had 2 more this afternoon. 18.7 runs per game they put up in the 3 games against Fredonia, and the hits were even less than that. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. Runs came in bunches for the Lakers. Only 16 men left on base throughout this entire series, but I mean, 16.3 hits per game is still really, really solid. But the 18.7 runs, you score 18.7 runs against any team in 3 games, I mean, you're blowing them out. The Lakers did that. Obviously, they're looking at those other opponents. They obviously have that big game against, or this big series against New Paltz, which we'll touch on. But, I mean, for the Lakers, you look at this series, and you just get the offense rolling, the pitching's rolling. You said it, roll, roll, roll.
I mean, impressive. What can you say about this team? You kind of look at it last year, they kind of have a down year. 2022, they make a good run, go to the regionals. This year, it's just been the approach of the plate. I think last year, a lot of those games was kind of swinging out of the zone. But I look at even the game against Hobart, 17 hits and 9 walks. A really good approach here for the Oswego team in pitching. We talked about even previewing this team at the beginning of the year. What's going to happen? Kira Finnegan's gone. You have Jai Sharma, 5 innings, a no-run ball, and Jake Daniluk, 6 innings of 3 hits in that game. Huge here for Oswego. Find that pitching and hitting, and they're on a roll here looking for SUNYAC playoff time.
They really are. The Oswego State softball team dropped a home doubleheader this weekend with 12-3 and 3-1 losses to SUNY Cortland. Despite 4 shutout innings from Lakers ace Fiona Higgins to start the second game, the Lakers could only muster up 1 run in that span before Cortland eventually pounced with 3 runs in the final couple of innings, Ryan.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be a tough one here for Oswego. Cortland, one of those top teams there in the SUNYAC, but you know, thinking about it, it's just the fact of getting down early. In one of those games against Cortland, you give up 6 runs in that first inning. You're not putting yourself in a position to win. And then when you put yourself in a position to win there with Fiona Higgins pitching really good in game 2, you're just not getting the offensive attack. I think a positive, though, is that they are a pretty young team. I know we talk about Fiona Higgins is going to leave, her grad student here for Oswego. But Lily Fania, Kira Wright, and Mackenzie Carlson, all helpers offensively. They're only freshmen here in this team. A team that's looking for offensive stars. I mean, if you have a freshman making impacts here now and playing now, that's really something you can build on here for the future. And I mentioned game 2, they played a lot better, 3-1 loss, but just one of those things. Offensively this year, Oswego just hasn't been able to figure it out. And Fiona Higgins pitched really good in this game, but just couldn't get the help from the offensive helpers.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big story for Oswego. We kind of talked about that week after week for the Lakers. If they can't get those hitters going, then you're leaving Fiona Higgins, who's pitching pretty solid for the first couple of innings. She can only hold it for so long, especially against one of the top 2 teams in the SUNY Cortland. I mean, we saw that they ended up playing New Paltz a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of the same thing. You can only hold those great teams for so long because they have everything, pitching, hitting. If the Lakers get some hitters in this next coming season, it'll definitely help them out.
We'll see what happens going forward. But that's all for this week of past games. But after the break, we will let you know what is going on for the baseball and softball teams in the week ahead. You don't want to miss it. This is Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep. 10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back to Laker Connections on WTOP 10. Well, the lacrosse teams are done for the year, but Oswego spring sports is far from over. Zach, for the last time this season, let them know what to look for in the week ahead.
Yeah, let's do it. The Oswego State baseball team will be back in action this weekend, taking on the New Paltz Hawks in their final series of the regular season at the Laker baseball field. Oswego is just 1 win away from a playoff spot, but they'll be fighting with New Paltz in hopes of grabbing a home game, Ryan.
And this is one for Oswego. You know, we talk about playing the Fredonias and the Hobarts. Those are pretty good baseball teams. But this is one Oswego they're going to have to match up with. The 4 team right now in the SUNYAC, looking in the playoffs. And 23-13 on the year. Very good players. Tommy Kreider, really good hitter, 459 batting average. And Fabian Apicella, 431 batting average. Those 2 guys at the top of the lineup, really good so far this season. They've won 2 in a row. They're a really good road team, too, as well. Oswego finally getting to play home. I know we talked about a couple weeks ago. They went to Auburn. They went to Syracuse. They went to Cortland. Finally get some home games here for the Lakers. And they're 12-5 as an away team this season. And they're a really good team, 314 batting average, too, as well. But it's going to be interesting to see because Oswego, they've played a lot of good teams here so far. But this New Paltz team is surely in the playoffs. And you want to see, with 3 games left here, a couple games in the season, how they're going to square up against some of these playoff teams.
Yeah, both these teams like right on the brink of clinching a spot. So they're both going to be looking for maybe that first win there early in the series. But I feel like for the Lakers, it's just continue to rely on that hitting. We saw the series against Fredonia, runs in bunches. And if you could do that against a team in New Paltz who you may end up meeting in the playoffs, that would be a good sign for the Lakers. But it's always been throughout the season, they're pitching, all right, we can deal with it. As long as their hitting's putting up runs, especially if they can do it against this hot New Paltz team, I think they'll be in good shape, Ryan.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what the pitchers are going to look like, too, the first 3 guys in the series. But Oswego softball will look to end their losing streak and end their regular season with a weekend set of 4 games, starting with 2 versus Plattsburgh Friday and 2 more versus Potsdam on Saturday. Zach, this is a build-on weekend for the Lakers. They have fared very well against both these teams the past few seasons. They want to end the regular season with some momentum going into SUNYAC playoff time.
Yeah, they definitely do, and they've faced 2 opponents here that they could beat. They definitely could beat them in both games they end up playing in those doubleheaders, as both these teams come in struggling a bit, as they're both with Plattsburgh 3-11 and Potsdam 4-10 in conference. They struggle at the plate as well. Oswego, a team that struggles, but when it comes to ERA, obviously Oswego a little bit higher than these teams. I feel like if they get some good pitching to start out games, you get your hitting going, and you can beat teams like this in Plattsburgh and Potsdam. I feel like for the Lakers, relying on that top of the lineup just to get on base, get a rally going, get something going, and give you some confidence for those hitters later in the lineup. I think that's huge for the Lakers heading into this series. If they don't have it, I think Plattsburgh and Potsdam could take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it right away. 2 really similar teams, both teams 3-11 on the season, 4-10 in the conference in the season 2 as well. And Kayla Dombrowski for Potsdam, really good infielder, 421, top 5 in the batting average here for Potsdam. And then you look at the other side for Plattsburgh, Morgan Ormered, solid pitcher, top 4 in ERA there in the SUNYAC and top 3 in strikeouts. So it's going to be one for Oswego. You know, they haven't had a lot of success recently, but in the past, this has been a team, 2 teams, where they fared really well against. And you want to just get some momentum going in here at the end of the season for your young players going forward.
Definitely, Ryan. After the break, we'll bring out Matt Sharamita for our final Laker showdown of this season. Stay tuned. This is Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West 1st Street.
Yeah, we're walking around campus, and what do we see? All these clubs are looking.
They looking for me.
There's hockey,
There's improv,
so much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassments free.
Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Now our lives are tainted. Promises keep slipping. And I always know
and welcome back into Laker Connections for everybody's favorite segment, the Laker Showdown. Doing it a little bit early today.
Yeah.
I'm excited. If you guys don't know how the rules work, I mean, it is the finale here, so I'm sure you guys do, but these two are going to yap a little bit. We're going to do a little debate, and I'm going to figure out who wins. And today's debate, you know, all good things come to an end, as they must, and that's kind of the nature of today's debate. So the first question we're going to go with, I'm going to paint a scene for you.
Oh.
5-star restaurant, uptown Manhattan. You're at a rooftop bar, and you order the Fruity de Mar. Maybe a little side salad, too.
Ooh.
End of the meal, waiter comes, asks, do you want a dessert? What dessert are you getting to end off the meal at the end of the night? Best dessert.
Best dessert. Okay, I'm going to go with, it's a tough one. I'm going to go with some gelato. I think gelato is kind of a good look to get. I mean, obviously we like the traditional ice cream, but gelato, it's got that really cool feel to it. And it tastes a little bit different. But I feel like you can't go wrong with some ice cream, especially me being an Italian. You got to go gelato.
See, you being Italian and me not being Italian, I'm going to go with a cannoli. Because who can go wrong with a cannoli? My favorite dessert by far, I'm taking a cannoli. It, I think, just blows everything else out of the water. Just a good, solid, I like a cannoli with the cream and then some chocolate chips on it, too.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
I feel like after a big dinner that you were kind of talking about there, man, I feel like some gelato, just easy eating at the end of the day.
Cannoli's
nice
not
and cold.
easy.
It's nice and cold.
I was going to say, like a gelato, it's nice and light, but a cannoli's nice and small.
Okay.
And I
was going to say, it's tiny.
I think when you're painting this type of scene that I'm painting, you got to go with the cannoli.
Of course.
Okay.
Cannoli, Fruity de Mar, little side salad.
That's why we have 3 questions, right?
That is why we have three questions. Next one, we're going to go bottom of the 9th, tie game, Game 6 of the World Series. What is the best closer entrance song that's going to pump you up every time? Ryan, we'll go to you.
Okay, this is going to be a hot take, but I'm going to go David Bednar for the Pirates. The reason I say that is because when you walk out to Renegade, that fires up the entire crowd. I'm not a Steelers fan or a Pirates fan, but I think if you play Renegade, you're fired up and you're ready to go. I mean, turn the lights off down too, bottom of the 9th inning, are you kidding me? Gets everybody going in the crowd. Has to be Renegade, David Bednar.
Yeah, I know you picked that one, and you actually, we didn't even discuss which we were picking here.
Yeah.
The fact that you're a Yankee fan and didn't pick Mariano, Enter Sandman coming into the game in the bottom of the 9th, just, I mean, get Yankee Stadium, like, rocking like never before. There's nothing like Mariano coming in bottom of the 9th and the crowd just erupting.
I get it, man, but like, you got to take some of the bias out. Like, Renegade's one of the most all-time pump-up songs of all time. Turn the lights down, you're fired up.
I can't take the bias out. I'm a Yankee fan. Mariano, bottom of the 9th, bring him in. Game on the line, shutting the door. It's actually top of the 9th, it would be. But yes, coming into the game, shutting the door, nothing like it.
Okay.
Hot take as a Yankees fan, and this might be just a little bit of lingerance of me being upset from earlier this afternoon. I think Mariano's song, Enter Sandman's, a little bit overrated.
You have the back erupting.
I think it's a little bit overrated. I'm going to go with Renegade.
Erupting right now.
It hurts because I'm a Yankee fan, but it's like,
I think he's the greatest closer
Renegade
of all time.
as a song is an all-timer, man.
Greatest closer of all time.
Not that on television.
Not the greatest closing song of all time.
They're booing you on the.
Oh, we're making graphics a big show now. Here we go.
Listen, you can talk to anybody else. I mean, a lot of Yankees fans are going to agree, but you go out to other ballparks, they're going to say, "Oh, that song's overrated." I know we got a lot of Yankees fans back there, so I'm going to get a lot of hate. But
you can't tell me Renegade's not a good song.
Renegade's a great song.
Fire pump-up
It's
song.
Mariano.
I'm done getting
greatest
berated.
closer. Here we go.
We're going to move on to the last question. You know,
1-1.
There's a lot of great TV shows out there: Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, Laker Connections, and all these shows have very common themes. You know, great television shows, very well on the reviews. The critics love them, and they all have great season finales every time. I ask you guys, what is the greatest finale TV series episode ever?
Am I starting off?
I'm going to go to Zach this time.
Come on.
All right. So, haven't seen this one in a while. So, there's been a lot of stuff on that I've seen since then. The Friends series finale.
Huh?
It finished. Yeah, they sent things going. And then I think Friends.
What happened in that episode that was so key at the Friends finale?
It was Friends.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Friends.
That was okay. Whatever.
Go ahead.
It has to be Breaking Bad, easily. I mean, all timer. I mean, you kind of go into that full season. You watch the end season. It's like he's coming back. Walter White's coming back, and then there's explosions, and he died. I just spoiled everything. Oh, he dies at the
Yeah,
end.
way to
And then,
spoil the entire thing. See,
I'm sorry.
I took the nice route.
But no, and then Jesse gets free. Jesse gets free
now.
all the time, and then it's great. Breaking Bad, one of the best series of all time.
Spoiling
Great
Friends
ender
for people.
Great ender.
Mr. White.
Mr. White.
You kind of cooked, but, you know, I'm going to go with Friends.
Friends is the better television show.
He doesn't know what happened in the season finale.
I'm not spoiling
Listen, in the
it.
Breaking Bad finale, I think I think
whatever.
it summed the series up. But like, dude, if you talk about TV sitcoms, the way Friends ended, they could have went the Seinfeld route. Seinfeld blew their finale. Absolutely.
Oh,
blew their
Ross and
finale.
Rachel got together. Whoop-de-doo.
Dude,
Wow,
that's
great
great.
ending.
They had a great
The
finale.
final
What are you spoiling? What are you spoiling?
Everyone's seen it. Who
final
cares?
W of the season.
He had to get one. He had to get one.
Whatever,
here.
whatever,
We're
it's
gonna
fine.
move on. When we come back,
I'd want a few.
we're gonna
It's okay.
we're gonna kind of send things off. We're gonna collect ourselves here, and as seniors of this program, we're gonna send things off here and introduce some new faces to Laker Connections. That's coming right up on WTOP 10.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back to Laker Connections. Well, because all three of us are graduating, we wanted to introduce the new hosts for season 22 of Laker Connections. Welcome, Kenny Gerard and Lucas McGarry.
Yay! Let's go!
Let's go!
What's up, guys?
Outside over for you guys.
How's it going? All right,
How we
so
doing?
we excited for Laker Connections next year?
Yeah, I would say I'm very excited. I love talking about Laker sports, you know. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited to take over a historic show. What about you, Lucas?
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited. I'm actually an athlete here in Oswego. I swim, so we're going to be talking to swim. So just for the fans out there, we're going to talk about swim.
I was gonna say, just quickly, one thing that the audience does not know about you. One thing.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I'm on the Oswego State swim team. And,
Yes, he is.
yeah.
Yes, he is.
That's
There
my
you go.
fun fact.
Be the GM of TOP next year.
Yeah! Congrats, Kenny! All right.
We'll see
Come
you
on,
enough.
let's get out of here.
We'll see you enough next year.
Now we have some goodbye messages. Ryan, start us off here.
Oh, man. Man, where do I start? I just want to thank everyone who's been here for me in this journey in TOP the last 3 years. Starting off in TOP, I had some personal loss in my family. I was losing my dad, and I can just say, you know, WTOP going to be a great outlet that's helped me gain more confidence in my life. The growth I've seen in myself from where I started to where I am now has truly been from everyone here accepting me and truly letting me just be myself. Starting off here, I had zero intention to ever be on camera, and I thought to myself, no way I could do this. Super nervous first time. But what I can say is there's so many people here at WTOP that supported me, rooted me on, and pushed me to be the best person I can be, which I think makes me a better man for it. And this show's been awesome to me. This full year has been great. The fact that I'm able to do this and talk about my school's sports is something I take great honor in, something, you know, a top-tier show here at WTOP for a long time. And to end it off, what can I say about the two guys here next to me, Matt and Zach? I mean, thank you guys for just trusting my judgment, and going alongside all the dumb ideas. I've had a lot of dumb ideas, and I thank you guys for going along with those, and I'm just glad to call you guys my brothers for life.
All right, I'm up next. I first want to thank my family, Mom, Dad, Brett, Jenna, Robin, and Jack for pushing me to always go the extra mile, put the max amount of effort into everything. I also want to thank my grandmother. Although she's no longer with us, she would watch all of my work, and I know she's smiling down on me every day. I want to thank everyone at WTOP and WNYO for all their hard work over the years on the shows I've done, news and sports. This isn't the station. It is without all of them. Want to thank Matt Sharamita, the guy to my left, for being our moderator this year, for all his hard work, and for being the great friend that he is. Finally, I want to thank the man right next to me, a best friend for life. The hard work you put in is admirable. You're tough as nails, and I know you'll do great things in the future. As someone once said, I'm now taking my talents not to South Beach, but to Los Angeles for now. And that's because of all the people I've met here in Oswego, so thank you to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I won't take long because I've become the villain of this show. So actually, I might have to take long. I just got word that we are a minute under, so I might have to take a little long here. I'll kind of follow suit. I'll thank my parents, my mom and dad. They check in on me all the time after my broadcast. They say, "Oh, great job." They give me notes, and they kind of have helped put me where I am today. Everyone around me too in this club, it's been super welcoming, and they just encourage all my dumb ideas. I've had some too, Ryan, because I don't know, like, I'm very creative-minded, and just the encouragement that I've gotten from this club has been awesome. I'd like to thank you guys as well. I wasn't really sure what I was going to be doing at the beginning of last semester with this club, where I stood, and you guys welcomed me here on the show with open arms, and it just kind of got the ball rolling into doing even more things on air with you guys. So it's just been awesome being able to make these connections, and through this show, just be able to throw some crazy, stupid takes out there and some dumb questions as well. So it's been just a pleasure here at WTOP 10, and it's going to be an experience that obviously I remember for the rest of my life, and there's going to be nothing like it, I feel like.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys too.
So I quickly want to thank all of our crew that have done everything for the last year for us, not just this semester, but the last year. Specifically our director, Ben Diamond, one of our good buddies here, who's also graduating with us next week. So thank you to him for all his hard work, as well as Alex Brooks on TD, also graduating with us. We have a big crew and a lot of people that are very close to us, so we're very thankful for all of them and all the hard work they've put in over the years.
No, and they didn't have to be here today for Senior Week, but it makes me happy that people want to be here, they want to see us succeed, and I think it's just awesome, just going more about TOP, just like, you can do whatever you want here. I remember when I came here to Oswego and they said, you can jump in right away and kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I said, oh, there's no way that happens. But honestly, the people here have been awesome, and they've helped me, grow as a person. I told you, I was not very confident going on camera the first time, and now I feel like I just can't shut up on TV. So
yeah.
I feel like a couple people want to,
That's fair.
Yeah.
I might start crying soon, Ryan, so send it to bump cam for a while.
All right, again, that'll do it for Season 21 of Laker Connections. Can't say enough again. I want to thank personally everybody for the people you don't get to see. We talked about the crew. Crew of the show worked hard all year. We can't do it without everybody here at TOP and everybody here in the crew as well. And with that being said, we thank you for watching. And for one last time, we'll see you next time on Laker Connections. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.